Well, hello everyone. Happy December, or happy whatever day it is that you get to watch this. I hope everyone is well. I was walking around this morning and I noticed I was a little cranky. And I found myself like stomping around and just being cranky. I have no other way to explain it than that. And I've talked to a couple of other people today, and they found themselves being kind of cranky today, too. So I don't know if there's something in the air or just because it's December. And I always thought that the end of the year, because of the holidays and everything else, is why everybody was stressed and cranky and maybe not feeling their best. But after doing this work for a while and really like focusing and noticing and just paying attention at the end of each year, and especially this year, I have come to a theory that maybe it's not the holidays, it's actually the end of the year. And we're being asked to look at the triggers. And good morning. And look at those triggers and look at the buttons. And I mean, being around family is a great way to look at those, find those, right? A lot of times our families are our biggest triggers because, well, they're the ones who put the buttons in that they like to push, right? And so, what if instead of just stomping around and being cranky and stressed out, we just stop? And I paused this morning. This is what I did this morning. I just paused and went, all right, what do I need in this moment? Because I don't want to stomp around all day. That takes far too much energy. So, and I realized I was hungry. That was my big crank this morning. So I got something to eat. I made some tea that I really enjoy. I put on some essential oils, lemon and rosemary, which is supposed to help um, lift the spirits. And now I get to talk to all of you, and I'm feeling better. So that was an easy fix. That might not have been a trigger. Well, there were lots of triggers that were coming up this morning that I just had to stop and look at. And when I get a moment, well, after we do this, I will be able to stop and really look at those triggers and be like, okay, you gotta go. Because I don't know if I think I've mentioned this, but if you don't know, if you do the numerology of 2025, it becomes a 9, which means it's all about the end of cycles. Sorry, let me try that again. End of cycles. And, or chapters or books or whatever you want to look at that as. So, this is like one of those big, like, let's dump whatever it is that we need to dump. Because I don't know about you, there are a lot of things I do not want to take into 2026, which is a new cycle. So, if you do the numerology, it becomes a 1, which is all about new beginnings. And I am ready to step out of fate and all the things that have been fated, if that's a word. I'm gonna make it a word today. My brain's been wonderful at coming up with new words. So those fated things, and I'm ready to step into destiny. That's gonna be my 2026 or my new cycle, leaving behind all the fate, all of the karma. And not that I'm going to have some things that still need to be worked on and worked through, but the big heavy stuff, the stuff I don't need to carry anymore, I'm going to go through my Akasha records again and be like, okay, let's get rid of all of that stuff that I'm holding on to that I don't need. Because I don't know about you, I've been doing a lot of work this year. And not that I haven't over the last several years, but again, at the end, I talk about kind of this spiritual work like Mario Kart or Mario Brothers, whatever one. And we're kind of at that big Bowser type moment. So it's like just clear all of it out. And whatever can go definitely needs to go. So, with that being said, if you're having one of those days where you just seem to be a little cranky, a little frustrated, a little stressed out, I know here in Northwest Indiana we had a lot of snow over the weekend. And now it's kind of cloudy and overcast, which always contributes. If that's peace, come get under these lights because, they're bright. Or come on and get underneath the lights for the table. Those help too. But, and that can just cause a lot of stress. So let's take a moment in this time and let's pause and find our stillness. And I just want you to look at what triggers might be coming up, especially if you're having one of those cranky kind of days today. And just take a couple of nice deep breaths and ask yourself what it is that you need. And just listen. Just keep breathing, keep listening. And are there some triggers or some heavy energy that you can just breathe into and breathe it out? And just watch it dissipate like smoke or your breath outside. Is there some energy that maybe feels stuck? And if there is, or maybe you have a heaviness or a lump, or maybe you know that's a trigger, or you know that like pain in the butt or that pain in the side, that little twinge you get. And if you just, we're going to quantify it. So we're going to give it a shape, give it a color. And I'm sorry, is your shape 2D, flat, or is it 3D? Give it a color and quantify that color too. Is it bright? Is it dark? Is it somewhere in between? And does your shape have a texture to it? Does it have a sound, a smell? Does it have a noise that it makes? And when you got that visual, I want you to imagine breathing into it, and with your hands be able to just grab a hold of it and pull it out. And just keep breathing into it And when you get it all the way out, take a moment. Thank it for the wisdom. Thank it for the knowledge. Allow it to transmute and transform into something that has wings, that can just fly away when you're ready to release it. Good. And since we took energy out, what is it that you want to put back in there? It could be a feeling. It could be an emotion, how you would like to feel. Maybe calm or peace or love. And just imagine breathing that in. And if you want to give that a color, you can give that a color too. And as you breathe it in, allow it to swirl. And fill that space back up. Good. Good. All right. And then if you have another space in your body, or maybe there's some heavy feelings, maybe some triggers that happened over the holiday or the weekend, or even anything you're noticing this morning, and maybe it needs a little extra. So we'll blow it into our stick. Allow the stick to absorb. And last one. Oh. Good. And then we'll put that into the fire. And allow that energy to be transmuted, transformed. And again, having the gratitude for the wisdom that comes with this, whatever it may be. Having the gratitude for the knowledge that comes with it, but it's time to let go of any of that heavier stuff. Letting go of just letting go. I guess that's what all we need to hear, because that's where it stopped. All right. So if you want, you can breathe in that energy from the fire. So doing just a couple of different ways. So that's interesting. I don't know if I've seen it do that, where it's going below and above. Ooh, good stuff we're letting go of today. All right, get your last little fill in. Ooh, that is fun today. I don't know if you can see how it's splitting and... Okay. Nope. As much as I'd love to play with fire, let's not burn ourselves today. All right, so... So as we get ready to come to the end of the year, the end of the cycle, and since we really can't get outside too much, at least not here, because it's cold and there's a lot of snow, imagine your roots going down into the ground and getting grounded. Good. Get them way down into the ground. Imagine them going through the soil, the bedrock, and way deep into Mother Earth. And as those roots go deep, let's just make sure that we don't have any little roots going out to anyone else or anything else, whether it's people, beliefs, and the such. Good. And if you do happen to notice that there's little roots going off to someone else, unless you have littles, or you have elderly parents or family that you take care of, that's okay to keep those intact. But anybody else, just gently breathe them back into that big taproot. And allow it to go down into the center of the earth. Hello, Diane. Just allow it to go down and down. And if you need extra energy, allow yourself to breathe up that energy from the center of the earth. Okay. And breathe it up and up and up. And I keep getting reminded to do what's called a recapitulation. So if you haven't done one of these before, imagine a golden mesh around you like a filter. Okay, because only good, yummy things can come through. And what we're going to do is call back our energy. Especially after the holidays, even if it's just running around trying to get things ready, conversations that expend a lot of energy. Like I said, running with just stomping around today exudes a lot of energy as well. So just imagine calling in your energy, having it go through that golden mesh and filtering out any heaviness, any energy that might be stuck to it, whether it's from a situation or from somebody else. And just call it back in. And give it a job, whether it's to help you feel happy, joyful, to help you as you go through the end of the year and give you the strength or the courage to really look at things, to heal things, to let things go. Whatever you want this to do is perfectly fine. Just imagine calling it back in. And releasing and letting go. Good. And just keep keep breathing. There we go. Keeping that breath coming in. Breathe it in. Release and let go. And with that exhale, keep breathing it in. But as you exhale, if you want to let go of old patterns or old behaviors, even those triggers or those buttons. By all means, inhale the good, exhale whatever is not serving you anymore. Good. Just keep breathing that energy back. Let it fill you up. Release and let go whatever is not serving you. Good. Take the last couple of breaths, and this is something you can do at any time of the day. I like to do it at the end of the day for sure. Call back any energy that I've given away during the day. If you've had an argument with someone, or maybe you had a big presentation, you can just call it all back in whenever you get a moment. Last big deep breath. And let it out with a sigh. Whew. All right. And just kind of feel into your body. Feel into that breath, that energy. Good. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes if you haven't already. And I'd like to give you a challenge if you so accept it. What is it that you want to bring into your new cycle? What is it that you want the next 9 or 10 years to look like? Is there something that really needs to be healed? Is there something that you want to step into? Like I said, mine is destiny. So over this next month, really letting go. And I don't know if you can hear the doorbell. So thank you for that confirmation. But really letting go of the old stuff that isn't serving me, that I've been hanging on to for far too long. Whether it's in this lifetime or on the soul level. Getting healthy. And being able to do all those things that I want to do. So that's my piece. So what do I need to let go of to really step into that? And the same for you. What is it that it looks like for you? And it could be just a feeling, wanting to feel happier, looking for the glimmers in every day. Ooh, speaking of which, did you see the sky over the weekend? That beautiful blue sky with those white puffy clouds. Oh, it was so lovely. That's one of my glimmers. Or I think we talked a couple of weeks ago about being giddy and just allowing yourself to be giddy. Finding things to be happy about or smiling. And it can be the little things. It can be big things. Of course, these are only a couple of things that I can think of off the top of my head. And maybe it's a cycle about going big and dreaming big. I like that too. So, look at what needs to be released. decide or start thinking about what it is you want for this new cycle. And if you're not sure, we'll do some things in the next couple of weeks that might help. And speaking of which, I probably will not be live next week. I will be in Sedona. But I will make sure I get you a video and I'll have it up. So if you don't find it here, you can always go to our YouTube channel, which is in the comments below. So take care of yourself. Find what it is that you want to step into for the next cycle. Let go of the heaviness. You deserve it. You deserve to let go of all of that. I'm always here. Well, okay, not next week. But I'm always here if you need anything. If you want to do an Akasha record clearing, please let me know. They are amazing. I go in and find the stuff that your soul's hanging on to or what's hanging out in your Akasha records that you don't need anymore. I can't remember if we're doing one of those this month. Sometimes we do a group, and you can go in and just clear things out. If nothing else, join us at the end of the month. We have we call it the trifecta to happiness. So we have cacao, breathwork, and gone. So that's at the end of the month, so we can really shake off all of the heavy stuff. And of course, there's so many other wonderful things that we got going on. So, have a wonderful week. I am so grateful for you. Sending you bunches of love and hugs. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks.